Welcome to this exquisite 10-acre equestrian country estate here in the heart of Eagle, Idaho. Here we are at the front door of this almost 7,000 square foot single level estate, complete with its own mother-in-law quarters for multi-generational living. Out back, on the back 5 acres, we have a complete equestrian center with its own riding arena, stables, and pastures that can comfortably accommodate over 5 horses. With that being said, let's go and check it out. One of my favorite features right away that really shows you this is different to a lot of other things out there on the market right now is the small details and things like the paved driveway. You could easily just bring concrete in or put asphalt down, but those that are paying attention to the details and want to build something that's just a little bit higher end, people do paved driveways. I promise I'm not just saying this. It's kind of easy for me just right away from the get-go say my favorite stuff is on the outside, but it kind of is in a way. Bavolo gas lanterns. Now that's old world type stuff. We're not just throwing halogen LED lights on the outside and calling it good. Those are gas lanterns, that's real gas. And they're from New Orleans too, it says it's stamped on the box. Here we are at the front. So it's a very, very well thought out floor plan. And people say that a lot of the time, but this is very well thought out. So you have the guest suite, essentially kind of your guest house, your mother-in-law quarters behind us over here. As we walk in, we have good separation between the mother-in-law quarters and the main living area. When you walk in through the main living area, although it's a very, very large house, it feels warm. And that's something that's hard to pull off on homes that typically as large as this. All right, here we are in the main living area. This very much reminds me of a Cotswolds estate, like back home where I'm from in England. It's really, really warm in here. Typically speaking, in homes that are this luxurious, this nice and this big, with ceilings this high, it can feel a little bit cavernous. It kind of feels sterile in a way. This couldn't be any more different. It's warm, the tonality, the color choices, perfect. We have engineered hardwood. These are European oak. That's part of the reason why it looks as natural as it does in here. Loads of natural light, but it doesn't feel overwhelming in any way. And just looking across at the view out here, as far as your next 5 to 6 acres over there, it really is impressive. Obviously it's the summertime right now, but the centerpiece, the focal piece of the main living area here in this living room is definitely the fireplace. Can you imagine in the winter when it's snowy outside, trees are glistening with snow, and you got the fireplace on, it's warm, you've got Thanksgiving, the holidays, Christmas, all that stuff with the family around this area. This is definitely a magical area in the winter. Behind us over here, this is probably my favorite room in the entire house. This is your whiskey tasting room. So over here in the wall, well, it could be whiskey, could be Kahlua if you wanted to as well. You have your whiskey tasting. If it was me personally, I probably would have a few cigars out as well, if you're that way inclined. But this is probably my favorite, most exquisite room in the house. It very much feels like James Bond at the headquarters at MI6 talking to Q about what my next mission is going to be. So every guest bedroom has its own massive walk-in closet, has its own ensuite bathroom as well with dual vanities. So plenty of space for guests, plenty of space for anyone you have living in the house that isn't the king. Okay, so this is the attached guest house or guest quarters, if you want to call it that. It does have its own door that separates it from the main living area, but it's very much self-sufficient and lives entirely on its own. You have your own entry as well, your own living room, your own kitchen, fully plumbed with all the appliances you need to live independently. You have your own courtyard and patio outside as well, and your own fireplace. You have your own pantry, you have your own washer and dryer, so you can do your own clothes in here. It very much lives entirely independently of the rest of the house. So it is its own guest quarters entirely. Actually, really technically, it's almost like its own 2-bedroom house. Right now you have an office set up in here in this kind of auxiliary guest bedroom. And then this is the ensuite, essentially your master bedroom in the guest quarters here, which has a massive walk-in closet, which is absolutely huge. And it has its own very, very spacious bathroom as well. This is a very, very well set up master bedroom. So it almost lives like it's its own house. Plenty of space to hang out. You have your own couch in here. It's your own living room within the master bedroom. Again, very spacious master closet. We have its own countertop so you can fold your laundry or put your jewelry out if you need to. And plenty of space for shoes as well. I'm not sure if I could fit all my Jordans in there, but there's enough room for at least most of the collection, I think. I think I may have said exquisite too many times already, but this truly is an exquisite master bathroom. So I was telling you that this reminds me of a Cotswolds manor or estate back home in England. And that's exactly what is on the wall there. So this is a mural that is of the Cotswolds in the UK. So you can take a soak in the tub and pretend you're back in sunny old England. So the whole master bedroom has grass cloth paper on the walls, which is a nice touch, which wraps around to another fireplace yet again, and you have your frame LED TV up here. So it looks like a mural, but it's not, it's actually a TV. This whole house does a really good job of feeling almost old world, but with a lot of modernization too, and the frames make a difference. Okay, so over to the kitchen. We have J-mark cabinets throughout. They're all custom built, along with Taj Mahal quartzite. I wish that the camera could pick up as nice as this is in real life as it is, but that might be hard to do. Thermal appliances throughout. There is more than enough space to cook a lot of Thanksgiving food. Double ovens, 6-range burner with your griddle on top as well. If you're a chef, this is the one. Butler's pantry, very, very tidy, and the main pantry is essentially hidden. So you're not really cluttered with a bunch of stuff and a bunch of food. There's no angle from the kitchen or from the main living area where you can look at and see stuff. This is very, very well organized as it is anyway, so I don't think there'd be much of a problem showing this if it was exposed, but very, very succinct, out of the way. You can't see it from anywhere else in the house. Just behind the kitchen over here is our utility room. This is a large utility room. You have your dog wash, you have 2 sets of washers and dryers, you have your own sink, more than enough room to prep, prepare, clean an entire football team's worth of laundry, I think, let alone your own. And off to the north side of the house, just behind the laundry room, you have this multi-function, multi-purpose room. It's great as a crafts room, a study room, even an office. Very, very flexible. You have views of the pastures out to the east over there. You can actually see Bogus off in the distance. This is a really, really flexible room for whatever you want it to be. And directly adjacent to the office, your crafts room, the study, whatever you want to call it, you have your own full bathroom with a shower because you're either working too hard or you just got done working out here in your little fitness area. Here we are in the attached garage, and this is one of many places to store vehicles on the property. There's more than enough room to comfortably fit 4 vehicles. There's also enough room to put a lift in if you really wanted to for other cars. One of my favorite features of the garage in particular, especially as a car enthusiast myself, are the drains. So if it snows, you have runoff, it's wet, don't need to worry, everything's gonna drain right underneath you. You don't have to worry about the garage floor getting too messy, it's all gonna run off. Now, if the 4-car garage that's attached wasn't enough, you have your only just detached shop over here. Again, can comfortably fit 5 vehicles. You can even fit a small RV if you wanted to. You can easily fit an F350 or F250, so more than enough room for most things you might be driving. And again, super tall ceilings, so if you want to put in a couple of lifts because you've got a few Porsches, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, easy to do. Or if you're feeling it, table tennis. So stepping out of the main living area here, we get to step onto our paved patio. This is over 1,500 square feet of paved patio. Very, very flexible with multiple spaces to gather and entertain. You have your barbecue grill over there on the left, on the north side. And then on the south side of the patio, you have your cornhole boards if you want to get worked by me and my crew. And then this right here is probably one of the most beautiful settings you can find yourself in Idaho, let alone Eagle. It's not uncommon necessarily to find 5 or 10 acre parcels in this part of the world in Eagle, but it is very uncommon to find 5 to 10 flat acres. Typically speaking, you have to go up to the foothills over there to find 10 acres, and you can use like maybe an acre or 2 acres. This is completely flat. And as you can see off into the distance here, and that's the back 5 acres of the property, that's Bagel, the horse over there. You have your full riding arena and your full 5-stall stable. And then just behind the trees over here, there is your groundkeeper house, which we'll walk past in a second. Okay, here we are now down by the irrigation pond. This pond services the entire property. Keep it looking luscious and green. And rumor has it is stocked with fish, so this doubles up as not just a place to irrigate your lawn, but also you can come down here and cast a few lines. Off the distance here is Bagel, and behind Bagel is the caretaker's house. So this is the original house that was on the property from way, way, way back in the day. It's kind of an extra essentially, very flexible space. You can do what you want with it. You can keep it, remodel it, live in it, mow it down, whatever you want. But this is currently where the caretaker would live, taking care of the property. And if you thought you didn't have enough space to store your cars, toys, and vehicles, just off to the side of the caretaker's house over here, you have your own 2-car detached garage. And then off in the distance over here, we have a brand new shop, which has enough space to actually fit several buses if you really wanted to, or heavy equipment, machinery, whatever it is you need to maintain the place day to day. And then over here, the moment you've all been waiting for, we're gonna go check out the stables. So in here, you have 5 individual stalls with attached outdoor fence runs. So we have our wash area, we have a laundry room with its own attached bathroom area as well. We have a complete tack room as well. And we have a feed room. And what stable would be complete without its own pasture and riding arena? The riding arena is finished with local silica sand footing and features 6 sprinkler heads around the entire arena for maintenance. And the arena splits 2 pastures. There's the main pasture off to the west side, and then a slightly smaller pasture just north of the arena over here.